you will be perceived as a, well, how do you present yourself when you go? Like, it's late at night, so you'll probably have to go to the emergency entrance. The main desk is closed.
Well, now we need to be very conscious about him being a problem. So we need to be acting desperate. He needs help now, so we get their attention. Am I wrong?
Well, it's
So it
So
sounds
if you
more
want to look
logical
like,
that
so you
we're
guys
here.
would show up as some
Like
kind of
his
trauma
friends.
team or some kind of ambulance driver,
Right.
ambulance people.
Yeah,
medical
that's what I
people.
said. I was thinking, like, can't we just present as medical staff?
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Medical stuff.
Yes. And given that you have an injured person with you, you don't even have to make a mass roll or anything like that. It's absolutely, if it's so logical, then it's, there's no rule. So if you wanted to be some sort of, you said, well, I want to present myself as the mayor, then you would have to try mass. Or something like that. So there you go. You were able to go to the hospital and get this guy, admitted. They don't seem to perceive it as gold at all over here. As a matter of fact, now that you've gotten far away from where you were, it seems evident to you that the veil is
Hiding the veil.
yeah, is hiding everything. And so they just see him as somebody with severe internal hemorrhaging or something like that, and they're using very ordinary medical terms in dealing with him. Which, just so you know, means they're not going to be able to help. But in the case of wanting to go where you want to in the hospital, all you have to do is act right. So, do you want to try to find the patient in question?
Yes.
If possible. You are the one who did the recall, correct?
Yes.
So I think that you would be the one who would either whisper to another character what you divined and what you recalled, and then, and I'm thinking of somebody who has either high deduction or, yeah, high deduction would be the way to go. How to orient that here in the hospital. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yes, with an insight of 6. So if you roll 6 dice.
Oh, 6 dice.
Yes. And then add 4
To the total.
to whatever you get. And so,
3.
either way, it's a 6.
So that's 6, that's 10.
How?
The
Oh,
total
plus
is 6.
4.
plus
Yes,
4.
correct. Sorry, I forgot the plus 4. So yes, with a little bit of confusion because it is a hospital, and because it's not 15, with a little bit of confusion, you are able eventually to find this place. Now she is in the ward, pre-operative. It's a woman, the pre-operative ward, and they are preparing in the operative theater. They have a particular hooked, long instrument, and they are getting the anesthesia ready. In fact, a nurse is wheeling over a tray to anesthetize the person, and the procedure doesn't seem to be very high tech. There's no scalpels or anything like that. Does anybody want to deduce what operation this person is about to undergo?
Most likely, yes.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll.
Yeah. What does my action do?
Also, oh, there's another
15.
one. There's so has,
19 if you have the plus 4.
yeah.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
12.
Okay. Does any of you at the table have a guess?
They're gonna cut something off.
I think there's a lobotomy going.
Yeah.
Sweden had the highest rate
yeah,
of lobotomy of
right.
any European
I
country.
forgot about that.
Yes, exactly.
And we have the best kind of electricity.
So that is what they're about to do, right in through the eye socket.
Yep.
Yep.
There were a couple of towns.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Outlawed by the Soviet Union in 1940.
yeah, we were good people. Anyway, I think I'm gonna mask myself as a kind of like a head doctor or something.
Right.
Like that.
Yes.
I come and say, these patients operation has been rescheduled.
Yes. Mhm.
We're gonna have to take her out.
Excellent. So, go ahead and roll for your mask.
Alright. That's a 12.
Okay, so you successfully are this person, and that means any of the stalkers can now use whatever kind of either intimidate or charm you want to get this accomplished. So you could continue to do it
Yeah.
if you want to, but you might want to let one of the ones,
Yeah.
whoever it is with the highest. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't have.
Yeah.
You have 4 in intimidate.
Yes.
Okay.
I have 2.
And you also have presence of 5 intimidate plus 4.
I have presence of 4 with intimidate 2.
I have presence of 7 with a charm of 2. No intimidation.
7's pretty good.
7's
Yeah, I
pretty
know.
good.
Yeah. Why don't you guys, why don't you try both? There's no reason not to play
Yeah.
good cop, bad cop, correct? Right? And you would say, just sign right here, everything is fine, blah, 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 and you're kind of
Yeah.
like, you know, this is, and then we don't have to report this to the central
Yeah.
hospital of this misdiagnosis or something like
Also,
that.
this woman has been claimed by an experimental procedure. Don't you dare stand in the way for this. Oh, science.
Ah, there you go, even better kind of robot.
Yeah.
It's called open scope.
That's right.
Let's see what you do first.
And so I do this skit about by another medical procedure and experimental one. Do not stand in the way for medical science. Thank you. Angry.
8 plus,
About 12.
And I'm going to just.
oh, they're scared.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, don't worry, this is not going to reflect on your resume.
Perfect.
Oh, nice.
That'll do it too, okay?
That's a charm, or what would that be?
Yeah,
Or smoke
smoke
talk?
Oh, yeah, yeah, smooth talk.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So,
Yeah.
would that also be presence then? Or?
It would be, yes.
Yeah, alright. So that's a 13.
Okay, very good. You guys are able to rescue Maria Margareta Bergstrom
Right?
from her impending lobotomy. And so this is the supplicant. This is the person who made the call. Okay. And so you will be able to go with her wherever you want. You will be perceived as taking her out in the proper fashion. If anyone checks, the proper forms have been filled out, even though you never saw them, but they
Yeah.
did. And so they are. And so therefore, that's your mask at work.
Yeah.
This sort of takes care of all the form signing behind you metaphysically.
Yeah.
And so then the next question is, where do you want to go? I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Probably back to her room.
Okay.
Or does she have a?
Yeah, there's a place where she has been held.
Okay. Is it alone?
Yes, exactly. So she is very grateful, and she knows she's a sensitive. She knows there's something otherworldly that you have arrived to help from somewhere and somehow. She probably will interpret it in religious terms, and so she thinks of you as, you know, divine visitants or
You
something.
probably shouldn't tell the doctors about that.
No.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's talking like this that got her in here in the first place. You
Yeah.
understand me, right? And so she can tell you that she had been at the how am I going to put this? She had been on one of the boats that travels on the Hood. There's a tourist service that rides along the shoreline, and that she had been with tourists from some of them from different countries, and that one fellow had seemed kind of especially friendly, but she was horrified when at night he appeared outside her hotel room and basically seized her, bit her, tore at her, drained, right? And it seemed that, and she had met this guy a couple of days ago on this tour, and he was just a nice American tourist. And then that one day, he was weirdly friendly and weirdly, acted very strange. And then that night, he did this. And she realized that there was some kind of awful being that had overtaken him, and that it was trying to feed on her, right? And that it had left her for dead. It actually managed to drain a great deal of her blood and to injure her badly. You can tell now she actually has stitches and things like that that have been healing for a few days, but they're still pretty bad.
Are we in the room yet?
Yes.
We are in the room.
Yeah. And so then, and she is telling you that she survived this, but she knows that it's, she thinks that it's the devil, right? This is some kind of demonic force that is attacking us, and it's out there right now. I tried to go to the church and tell them.
I would like to
But they put me here.
talk to her and try to calm her down
Yeah.
from the, because we're being.
Yes, yeah, oh,
being-
yeah.
I would like to
yeah.
calm her down. So that's insight. Present.
Well, technically it would be presence and charm, which is not
present and charm.
not your top thing, but you can try. Yeah, it's in fact trying, even though it's not your best thing, makes a lot of sense with your key.
What is willpower mean? Is that the
Yes, willpower is used for a few other things.
I'm
It's-
trying to roll.
It's the go ahead. Oh, 15.
15.
The unit is 15s. Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. Yeah. Oh, excellent. Maria and you are now best friends. Girl power. Yes. And so here's I have written some things down about this a little bit ago when I was summarizing the mechanics. And I did notice that willpower was not one of the skill sets, but it is used secondarily in Delve.
All right.
Because you need to survive certain things that you do. It is used for a lot of the disciplines. It's used for disintegrate, dissipate, for rend, which is a distance attack. You use it for the damage roll, just like you use strength for the damage roll in close attacks. And so there's a ward, weave, also this is where your vitality is set. Your vitality is twice your will.
Yep.
Right.
All right, that's why.
Yes. So whereas,
So I have 16.
yeah. So therefore, your character's willpower is your hit points, basically base for your hit points. So your character is much more of awareness and presence, a little more superficial in that regard. It matches your picture very well. Yeah. So whereas you are just nothing but raw savage willpower when you want to. At the moment, you're hiding it pretty well. We will see.
These are the strangest skills that I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think this is now. The nice thing about this is you know exactly where it happened, and where her hotel was, where the boat was. It seems to be in there's only one functional dock. There's the harbor, the main harbor at Norrköping is not fully disused, but it's mostly disused at this time. And so there's just a few. Do you know? Actually, now that I think about it, the dock would be out. What is the name of that neighborhood? I know it. It's way out there on the water. It's one of the fancier residence areas. Yeah, exactly. And there's a nice fika place out there and parks and things like that. And so that's where the boat had come in on the tour, but that but that her hotel was more downtown, so therefore it's not that far from the derelict factories and things like that. It's probably at the Grand Hotel, which was there. So yes, it was the Grand Hotel where that happened, and then the other. Let me see any other aspect of that. No. She noticed that she does not know anything about any gold or anything like that. One thing that your characters know is it sounds like a beast. You know that, and you also know that the beast knows nothing about the enigma and has no mastery over it the way an architect does. So these are the stages of the unbidden as they develop for a long time. The dangerous thing about the architect is that it masters the enigma and makes like a realm of awful, awful surreal badness. The beast doesn't know a thing about that, just wanders off being a beast, and the enigma does what it does on its own. So you have two disconnected.
So basically the beast does things and the disease is the consequence.
Exactly correct. Yeah. The fact that it's just even there in reality is already causing that problem. So that's where we're at. Cool. So that should probably be enough for tonight.
Yeah.
And I will also tell you one more thing, which is on that sheet, which is that you can, and this might occur to you, but it wasn't that important, this particular thing. All of you also have 5 karma, which you should write down. And what that means is that if you spend a point of karma, let's say you have made a roll. I have 3 6s. Wow. Now I can choose to spend a point of karma, and I can roll any number of those dice, all of them or just one of them, whatever. So if I get 3 6s, I'm like, you know what? Why not spend a point of karma?
Make it better.
Make it like this, especially. You see, especially if we were talking about a damage roll. Damage rolls, you do add them all up. That's the only time. For strength or willpower, when you do damage, you add them all up. And you can do karma for damage rolls as well as resolution rolls. So that way,
That is a way to manipulate the damage.
exactly. Or the effectiveness of doing something. If you get a really shitty roll, for example, and you're like, oh, I at least can beat the average on this if I get a reroll, so I'll just spend a point of karma and reroll everything. Something like that's fine.